Hello fellow booktubers, my name is Lauren, you're watching Dreams, Books, Courage, and today we are doing a Top 5 Wednesday video. This one is all about books that feature traveling, and I love books like that because they really enhance your wanderlust, and even if you aren't really able to go to those places right now, or you never will be able to because they are fantasy worlds, then at least you still get to, in that moment, really experience what those worlds are like, and I think that's just an awesome thing. So let's go ahead and get into these books. In the top 5 spot is a book that I haven't read yet, but I just feel like I have to include it because I know that I will just absolutely love it whenever I do, and I think that this book is just perfect as a traveling book, and that is, of course, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. As you can see on these pages, this book is more than just a book. It has a lot more details in it, like it has playlists and menus and just awesome things like that. And I'm really just kind of saving this book for summer so then I can really get into the whole road trip aspect of it, and it just sounds really awesome. Amy's father passed away, so her mother decided that they were going to move across the country from California to Connecticut, and Amy didn't want to drive the car there by herself, so she enlisted the help of Roger to come with her on this journey. And as you can tell, they took an epic detour, and this just sounds like such an awesome read, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it and just seeing the different facets of their trips and the places that they go to. Next, we actually have a fantasy series, and that is the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Rick Riordan. And throughout the series, they really do travel across the country. Just in this book alone, they end up going to Las Vegas and California, and it starts out in New York, so obviously this is just kind of a round trip sort of book. And also the series just goes to these amazing places. I would say that the Lightning Thief and the Battle of the Labyrinth are really the ones in which the most traveling occurs. Because of the fantasy elements, they really just bring out all these features in these books, and also they just make the places seem that much more awesome to go to, and they really just make you want to go back to these places and really just try to imagine if the demigods were there with you. In the third place spot, we have Paper Towns by John Green, and I would say about half this book takes place on a road trip, and I really enjoyed the road trip aspect within this book because it takes you hour by hour, and it's just really interesting as they race against the clock to get from Florida to New York, and I think that they really learn a lot about each other and themselves along the way, and that's just a really awesome facet of this book. And in the second place spot, we have Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan, and this novel is so adorable. It starts out with Lily leaving a red notebook in the Strand bookstore in New York City and taking Dash along this journey of them daring each other to go to these different places and do really unique things, and it happens all around New York City. And although they don't travel very far, they do experience a lot in their very unique places that they do go to, and I think that it's just a very adorable read, and you really learn more about New York City than just what you see in terms of just tourist locations, and it is just a perfect wintry New York City read. And in the first place spot, we have The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith, and this book really does take you around the world with Lucy and Owen. At the beginning, Lucy and Owen both live in this apartment, and Lucy has a lot of money whereas Owen's father does not really, and so they have a very quick romantic escapade around New York City, and that facet is really cute, but then they end up being separated and going in completely different locations. Lucy ends up going to Scotland while Owen and his dad end up road tripping across the United States. And so the way Jennifer E. Smith really writes these places makes you want to go to these places. And although there is an adorable aspect, I feel like a lot of it is just about them discovering themselves in these unique places and just having new experiences. And I just think it's awesome how she really takes you around the world, and it gave me a lot of wanderlust whenever I was reading this book. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love traveling books, and I would love to know down below what your favorite traveling book has been. Also, if you have done a Top 5 Wednesday video over this topic, then definitely leave me a link down below to that video, and I will definitely get around to watching it. And now I'm gonna go get back to reading.